Africa2U today, we have two guests, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Carol Lindsay.
I'm Gino from Venice, Italy.
Well, we have diversity, and I mean, the show is about diversity. We have an American, somebody with Italian origin, and a Ugandan or East African. I'm going to teach Carol and Gino how to dance the Chichiga dance. Ready?
Born ready.
Any questions before we start?
No.
Can we start now?
Okay, we're gonna have to first play the music, but before we play the music, it's the Chichiga dance it requires a lot of energy and stamina, like I mentioned before, and it requires a lot of jumping. So the basic thing is to first jump as high as you can. Can you show me how high you can jump? Whoa, Gino.
Don't hurt yourself. All right, go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we do that?
Yep.
Let's do it again.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try that with some music. We stomp the ground with as much energy as we... And then I will show you how to use your hands. Well, for the lady, you just do this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Woo! How's it going?
Good. Do it one more time.
Lady.
Yeah, one more time
Watch
for the
me.
ladies.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3, go. Did you also know that the cesarean section way of giving birth was not introduced to Africa by the Europeans? They came to East Africa and witnessed the C-section being used very skillfully. Here's the story about that. It's been written that European travelers in the Great Lakes region of Africa, specifically Uganda and Rwanda, during the 19th century, observed the C-sections being performed on a regular basis. The expectant mother was normally anesthetized with banana wine, and herbal mixtures were used to encourage healing. From the well-developed nature of the procedures employed, Europeans observed and concluded that they had been employed for some time. We also teach children to be respectful to elders. And my little girl here is going to show us how to greet an elder. And, okay. Irade, oliotia, jendi, kale, jendi mkwano, kale genderi. And that is a Buganda way of greeting an elder. But then, Uganda has very many tribes. I was born in a multi-tribal household. My father, rest in peace, was from the southwestern part of Uganda, and he belonged to the Ankole or Nyachitara tribe. You embrace them, and you say, Keje, Horo, Horoje, Agandi, Nimarunji, Agandi. Thank you. So, there are very many ways of greeting. Greeting is very important. In Uganda, we have mostly the Christian groups, we have the Muslim or Islamic groups, and we teach our children, regardless of which religious affiliation we are, how to pray. And one of the key prayers that I was taught growing up by my grandmother was the grace in Luganda. And I have passed on the same to my children. The night we kneel down, hold hands, and we pray. Ekisa kya Mukama waffe Yesu Kristo n'okwagalako Ayi Katonda n'okussa kimu okw'omwoyo omutukuvu bibeere naffe ffenna emirembe gyonna. Amiina. And that helps us bond, relate with the superhuman being, and I beg your pardon, but that is family life. Because of how busy African lifestyles are, sometimes the challenge of the kids misbehaving, or if they are in their way or need to sleep, this is one of the ways to keep them in check so we get some work done. We wrap the kids on the back. Okay. Here, that's up. So she was complaining, of course it was too tight, because I wanted to make it as tight as possible so I could do some work without much interruption. But this was just for demonstration purposes, and I'll take her down right now. But when they're too noisy still, like this, we have games that will encourage the kids to be quiet. This is one of the games. Suna suna akanyama anayogera yanakalya anaseka yanakalya. In the Western world, specifically the United States, when the phrase of African descent is used, it means black or black African. That is the definition that works in this part of the world. I have never seen an Arab of African origin being referred to as African American, even when their ancestry is continental Africa. For purposes of today's episode, when I talk about North Africa, I'm referring to the people of the Maghreb in Sahara region. Historically, the indigenous people of North Africa before the Arab and Muslim conquests were Berber people. Many of these people adopted whichever language was spoken by their conquerors or trade partners. Due to the transportation barrier caused by the Sahara Desert, they interacted more with European and Arab traders who used the Mediterranean Sea as their trade routes and picked up their culture. However, there were also trans-Saharan trade routes and the Nile Valley migratory routes that led various groups of people from North Africa into sub-Saharan Africa and settled there. Culturally, as a result of the trans-Saharan trade, Berber merchants and nomads incorporated the land of the Sudan and other lands in sub-Saharan region into the Islamic world and culture. Culture is language and the general way of life or organization of our community. Let's take a look at the relationship in languages. North Africa is thought to be different from sub-Saharan Africa, but many people do not realize that there is an Afro-Asianic, also known as Hamito-Semitic, language family of the North African people that has languages spoken by many people in sub-Saharan Africa. These are the Berber, Chadic, Cushitic, Egyptian, that's the Coptic, which is still being used as liturgical language by the Arab-speaking Coptic Orthodox Christians. Then we have the Omotic and Semitic. I will add Arabic to this list. It is spoken in much of Africa, though there are different varieties of Arabic. The Saharan dialects are more conservative than the coastal dialects.